Are you guys ready for some sports?
A little bit of it, man. Not much.
Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Victor Allen's new Sportz, the unique fan-based view of sports, and a recurring segment of the Morning Coffee with Mario show. Yes, ladies, rub his head and make a wish, because he's the one you have nicknamed Sexual Chocolate. It's sports. Come on, Victor Allen, get your sports bras and your chest straps. It's time for sports. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Crazy.
I'm gonna let you get all your expressions.
It is.
I'm gonna let you get your expressions out because you need help, man.
I do. I need intervention.
Yeah, you sure do. Oh, okay. All right. Check it out, man. For all of you guys, I understand if you run out of the room and go into the refrigerator because this is about sports, something I like. I can't help it. Check it out, man. Mario, you know Lonzo Ball is under the radar right now. You know that.
Oh, totally.
And let me say something else about what works here. The summer league, NBA summer league, is now its ratings and everything are up because once they got you involved in the players in the draft and everything, now you can go and look at them on the court and not have to wait for months and months. You get to see the players and the impact. I
didn't want to, Vic. You know me. I did not want to watch this.
Yeah, and
I did not. And I just happened to flick through it for a second.
Right.
And when I saw the score,
right,
I said, "Oh shit, it's already up like that." And then I started watching it.
Yep.
Because the other players are doing triple doubles, and the guy in the Celtics was blown. Vic. It's every now and then they get a great idea,
right?
And it seems like the NBA somehow comes up with more than the NFL, I got to give them credit.
Well,
the
NFL, out of respect, man, let me just say this: NFL already instituted the reality stuff, so they're really further ahead as making the jumps that brought you in with the reality shows, which made it difficult for the coaches because then you got to see them behind off the sidelines in their environment where they have to deal with all the administrative stuff in the day-to-day. I love what the NBA draft is doing. Maybe one day, hockey and baseball will get a page about jumping up so they can have what they call a presence with some of the people that a lot of people follow. But look, I'm just going to go over here to Lonzo Ball because everybody's watching him. The Lakers are not doing too well in the preseason, but everybody goes to the playoffs in preseason. And I bet you any money, Mario, did you know that the Summer League, did you know that they had a playoff? Which
I didn't even know.
Right.
Okay, first of all, they changed Summer League. They changed Summer League.
Watch. I know
and now they hyping everything. Like before, it was just some assistant coach got to coach it.
Right.
Now they hype it like the Summer League coach.
It is.
It's a whole franchise, and I think a lot of it has to do with social media.
Yes.
And good branding.
Yeah. Hey, look, I've always said people want to see as much as they possibly can, and there's a thing called binging. And since everybody now go through Hulu, Netflix, and everything, and you binge watch. So imagine, you think you're giving them enough, but it's not. But let me get back to what I call Lonzo getting hate, and from somebody I didn't expect it to happen from. It came from a superstar in the WNBA. Now, this was dropping two days ago, so whether it's late for us, it's new for me because I just had to sit back and go, I thought of all the people who were going to sit back and slam Lonzo because, they want to feed off of him. And the best feed is when you put your name in the hat. Elena Delle Donne, superstar, Washington Mystics, WNBA, basically said, you should have picked Nike. Now just stop right there, Mario. Just think what I just said. You should have picked Nike.
For their brand. I thought they had launched their own company.
Remember what he's saying. The choice is,
well, we know
do you?
I don't know. How are they doing? Because remember, they were the most expensive sneakers.
Right. But remember now, they're trying to control their brand and thinking forward.
Right, which I tend to support.
Because let me say this. Let's just say let's say this. If Lonzo Ball doesn't meet the expectations, that doesn't necessarily mean the shoes will fail. It only means the example. And if it doesn't work this time, somebody else is going to take his idea and they're going to go, let's tie it to somebody up and coming because it's setting the stage to me for a new enterprise from players to have their own control. But that's not the point. The point I want to get to is Elena Delle Donne said, and if you roll up the page a little bit, you'll see where I'm going. She put on Twitter, and people are, getting a little backlash on it, just a little bit, because she's talking about, well, wonder if the great ZO2 shoes blew out in the first Summer League game. She said, should have gone with Nike. So, her criteria, Mario, is that...
she getting paid by Nike?
See, you know what?
Yeah.
Did you eat your cereal this morning?
No, it ain't me.
Dude, you think she's a plant or is it a negotiation? With Nike?
It may have been.
You think Nike?
I didn't think that.
Did you think?
I didn't think that, but once you said it,
Right.
rung true to me.
Okay. Do you think Nike
Because
says?
it's not really insulting. It's
it's
like a tease thing.
Well, let me say this. Elena needs to get herself more in the spotlight, right?
Right.
If somebody said, Mario, you know what? I need you to sit back and get more in the spotlight. Can you talk about Donald Trump? And we'll pay you. You'll go. I'll probably do it for free.
We've learned from the president. She's obviously learned from the president.
Right. But
just more skillful.
let me do this. You like Nike brand, man? The brand is tight.
I have some Nike stuff.
You wearing some Nike now?
Yeah, I'm wearing Nike. I just noticed. I didn't even know it till I...
Is Nike the big baller corporation? Would you say they're the big baller?
Well, I usually don't talk about the size of balls.
Okay,
but they may be the huge scrotum in the room.
All right. I went out to challenge what Elena said. She says, wonder if they break up. And there is a number of categories that fall under breaking up the shoe. Nike has had its shoe referenced in a marathon runner who actually said, I could have broke the world record. I was 63 seconds short of it had not the shoes start breaking apart. So the part I'm saying is, does that disqualify Elena Delle Donne's reference to wonder if the shoes break apart, Mario? Or is it that all shoes break apart?
Well, it certainly casts doubt. It's funny this comes up because I think we've all experienced shoes that kind of, mine at the toe, I've had a number of them separate at the toe.
Right.
And you're going like, wow, really?
Right.
That's coming apart at the toe?
It's coming apart at the toe, right?
So they do fall apart sometimes, and some of them last forever.
Yeah.
And then you get the general impression that today they're not lasting like they used to.
And to put in perspective, I still love the Nike brand. And what average person is going to be running a marathon and a world-class, category? The shoes probably are not made for people to run hundreds of miles because these competitors are wearing the shoes in such a way that they're really built for everyday consumers and some light athleticism here and
Well,
there.
I'm not giving them a break. The damn shoes should not fall apart. No. In the old days, this didn't happen. So now you're going to tell us that running shoes, that it should be natural for them to come apart.
I give him a pass. Look at Barry. He's going, I'm not letting him off the hook.
How many jockstrap last you your whole high school?
Right.
It never fell apart.
Right. Now,
You could have kept it till you was in your 40s.
Okay. So let's place the importance here. Elena Delle Donne, forget about the shoes. Is it her branding to say, let me be tied with the ZO2 brand? And if they fail, I'll look like a winner. If they don't, I still get good press from bad press.
She did a great thing, and it gets her press. They get to talk about her.
Right.
I think, again, she didn't insult anybody. It's like a tease.
Right.
So in a lot of ways, it follows a lot of the rules if you're going to
Right.
interact in that way. So it's a win-win to me.
And I looked for a response from the Ball family, and I found one. Yeah, they said, "What the fuck?" I'm sorry I had to say it, you guys. That's their response to Elena Delle Donne. Lonzo already said, "Look, Nike shoes break apart. This is our response to our ZO2s." Do you follow the storyline here, Mario? That Lonzo has a right to stick his tongue out to Elena Delle Donne.
You always have the right to stick out your tongue. It's a universal right, Vic. And
You gonna leave it there,
one
right?
that should be well exercised.
Okay. Now back to the point of the matter of hand. Forget the shoes. Shoes break up all the time. We've all had shoes break up. Lonzo Ball. From what you've seen so far, difference maker, man? Difference maker?
the reason why I'm hesitating is because I like what I've seen certain aspects in Summer League. But you know, Vic, to me, the part that's always amazed me is that playing against the other rookies is nowhere near as hard as playing against the bench warmers.
That's right.
On the
totally
real
different.
squad.
Right. So
the bench warmers. So my thing is, I have to see you when you get one of those defensive guys whose intention is to make you swallow that ball.
Right.
Okay. So that I have to wait and see. But I certainly like what I've seen in the summer leagues. But they're going off because they're not playing against, like I said, the bench.
Right.
On the other squad is going to be way harder than these guys. So.
Well, and I'm going to give, what I see the difference maker is most players come into the league, give me the ball. Because I got to show my skills. Short NBA Summer League season. If I don't show my skills, I'm out. And it's hard to wait for that next year. He's a difference maker because he likes sharing the ball.
He seems from the time, coachable, Vic. Coachable.
At the time that the ball is coming to his hand, wherever it is, from rebound or pass, out of bound play, he's already looking to make the easiest transition.
Natural point guard.
Yeah.
But again, as bad as his dad seems, it certainly seems that he works on that he has discipline. Yeah. You know, I love disciplined players who want to look at their game, analyze it, try to make it better.
Right.
He's got Magic Johnson. Think about this, leaning on his shoulder with suggestions and input all the time.
Right.
You got to say he's in a wonderful position because he seems to be teachable. And in that case, he has a wonderful chance to absorb like a sponge, right?
Yes, sir.
So we'll see. It's a worth seeing. I mean, I'm liking a lot of stuff about the summer games.
Right.
But I keep telling myself, wait till they go to the real.
You know,
because there are some other players in the Lakers who look good too, right?
Yeah, no.
But I'm thinking, let's wait till the season.
They're going to go like this. Are we expecting to be in the playoffs this year? No, we're hoping to be in the playoffs this year. But for this time, you need to get them in there so they can get that time under their belt. Nobody's going to wait for the Lonzo machine to go sit back, get a couple of minutes, maybe here and there. If they threw Ingram in from last year, from their pick from last season, as fast as they did, he's going in. Lonzo's going in even faster. So this will be a year to me where I'm not looking for him to do the things I expect a 2 or 3 year player. I'm looking for him to, because I watched plays where he was throwing the ball to players who were not aware the ball was going to be there. They said, and James Worthy said this a lot. He said, I learned this from Magic Johnson. Keep your eyes up and your hands ready, because he tends to do that as a lot. Too. And a lot of these players are not used to this, and that's what I'm seeing in the summer league. So cool. Yeah, but there's some other ballers in the summer league that are really producing a lot. Just give it time, man. Got to go over to something that Mario has to sit back and say, you know what, I got to start watching. Nobody really out around you, Mario's talking about the domination of the LA Dodgers. And when I say the domination, they didn't start off dominating. They are now holding the best.
Doing good in two
no, let me say this.
That's 2 ways that on a winning road.
I'm going to say this. The Dodgers have always been known as a pitching club, always tops in the league. And I've always complained, do you guys ever focus on getting offense, real offense? Because you get good pitching, you basically can offset it. And they still got the best pitching as far as the ERA in the league. But they're about to go into the All-Star game. We actually have a Dodger player who's going to be in the home run derby. That's Cody Bellinger. So my issue is, are we not giving them enough play? Because you haven't talked about it. I haven't talked about it.
Well, I have the what appears to be typical African American response to baseball, which is,
you know what? See, there you go.
Okay,
okay now.
I know I should work on it.
All right. Well, let me give it, just for those who are not following, because I know the baseball aficionados already know the stats I'm talking about. But to give people an idea, since June 1st, the LA Dodgers have won 27 of 35 games and boast a 7.71 or .771 win percentage, best in the majors. Their pitching staff ranks first with the ERA of 3.09. With their win this past Saturday, the Dodgers became the third team to win as many as 60 games by the All-Star break over the last 40 years. Wow. When you're doing the last 40 years, they say if they play 500 ball after the All-Star break, they'll almost win 100 games. So I'm just letting everybody know. Are they going to the World Series? Mario, money bet. Do you bet for them to be in the World Series? I didn't say win, be in the World.
I think it looks good.
It looks good? Okay.
I think it looks good.
All right, that's
I
good.
think it has been under the radar, but not to everybody. But, you're right. And, again, I want to congratulate Magic Johnson on his business enterprises.
Yeah.
So far, what he's done, once again, win or lose, it still is the example that Magic portrays of his attention to detail,
Right.
his desire for excellence, whether or not you agree with every little move.
Right.
Again, we're gonna differ
Right.
on whether this trade or something with the Lakers.
Right.
But got to congratulate our brother on his product. He's
developed
affected them.
a developed young talent, and what they have is a core of young talent, and I think they know no fear, and you see it. They have no fear, and when you have no fear, you tend to go out there and just run the gamut. So I want to give props to them. But now I got to transfer over to the city that Mario loves the best. Boston Celtics. Mario loves the best. I see why you booed, man. Why you booed? Boston Celtics. Hey, look, man. We said they get Gordon Hayward. We already came up with he's not going to be the game changer that may unseat Cleveland. But you know who they got rid of? Avery Bradley.
I know.
So that's your point of defense. Now remember,
Right.
Cleveland, when they got rid of what's that guy's name who the year before last, Deladon, something like
Belladonna.
Deladon. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever.
We know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think he's at Milwaukee or Minnesota.
He's at Milwaukee.
Oh, Milwaukee. They gave up a point of defense. They're giving up a point of defense, but they are getting Morris from Detroit, who's a stronger power forward scorer. He puts up more points. They're playing the game of we got to get bigger.
They gave up my man Liniak
Yes,
to the Miami Heat, which is good for Miami Heat.
but you'll take Morris because he
'cause
brings some scoring.
I was going to ask your input on that because I liked Olenek.
Oh, yeah,
I always say Liniak.
Yeah.
Olenek.
right.
I liked him from the rookie years
Yeah,
because he's a hustler
right. He is.
and works hard every night.
But what was the biggest problem about the Celtics? If Isaiah Thomas wasn't scoring,
needed more
they
scoring.
had no scoring.
They needed more
OKC ran into the same problem. They immediately now, if they get Morris, and he hasn't signed yet, but we know it's
when
official.
Hayward signed,
Well, they said he signed. Well, let's say this. I agree. I'll say it because
Oh,
everywhere
yeah, there's some-
they say he plans to sign. They're going through it. It hasn't been official yet, and I'm waiting for
that
the
means
official.
they're arguing over the money.
Yeah, that's all it is. So I'll just say this. That offense has just stepped up. Now, is it enough to unseat? Well, let's just say this, Mark. Let's role play. Let's say they got Morris, Hayward, Cleveland staying pat with what they have. They go into the series, conference finals. Boston won one game this last year. How many games they win if they meet again next year? 3. So it goes 7 games.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot harder.
Yeah,
I
but
think it's
7
gonna be
games
harder.
is good, though, man.
It's going to be harder,
Right.
even though I still think Cleveland, prevails. But I think it's going to be a lot harder.
Okay. All I want to find out is that
It's like-
you're saying 7 games. That means
Well-
that's 2 years away from going. We may start dominating
at
this.
least if I think they can get 3. Maybe
Okay.
it'll be 2, but it's not going to be 1.
Right. Okay.
I'm thinking that they're going to do better, so it could be 3.
Okay. That's good,
Now,
man.
now, like you said too about the Clippers. I mean, not the Clippers, about the Lakers,
Right.
And the playoffs, Vic. But the West is so strong now.
Yeah.
It's not even that if the Lakers could improve a lot and still not make it.
No.
With Golden State, with Houston,
You got to play together, man.
with the Clippers. OKC. Okay, I'm just saying. San Antonio. Where do the Lakers fit in that?
Okay.
Nowhere, right?
Okay, you hit the nail. In other words, you're not worried about Phoenix.
No.
You're not worried about Sacramento.
No.
And who else? Portland?
Not worried about Dallas.
Not worried about Portland or Dallas, right?
No.
So that's 4 teams that you're not really worried about.
Right. There's more Sacramento.
Right. So technically what you're saying is the Houston, OKC, Golden State standing pat, San Antonio,
And
Memphis, even though they
I didn't forgot about Memphis. They just added more too.
Yeah, and lost somebody too.
Right.
Yeah, lost Zebo.
Minnesota's are they west or east? I mean, west. Where's Minnesota? Is that? They're east, right? They're west, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So to me, they're better than the Lakers.
That's what I said. So
okay.
See, this is why I kept saying.
That's
I said
why I was waiting to talk to you.
Yeah, I'm
As
going.
you can see, you guys. This is Victor's
Yeah, I'm just saying.
fan-based view of sports. He
Yeah, I'm
knows
just
it
saying.
all. Guru Sports.
Everybody thought they were going to win 40 games last year. They didn't, and they think that they'll be better. But everybody else got better. I'm done, man. New Sports. Let's go transition. I'm hot, man. I'm going to go over here with this cat and sit down and see if I can steal his fan.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's New Sports. Victor Allen's unique fan-based view of sports is here every week, part of the recurring segment of the Morning Coffee with Mario show. Rub his hand and make a wish. Make sure you dress appropriately. Sports bras and jock straps. Remember, that's the way we do it.